Assalamu alaikum to all my ladies. I wanted to make this video because I've been Muslim, I guess, about a year, and so I've been trying to pick up, taking things little by little. And one of the things I just started doing was I stopped plucking my eyebrows. And that was something I thought, if you told me 6 months ago that I would do that, I would say never in a million years. That's the last thing I would do. So my husband works like 12 hours away from home, and he's gone for like a month at a time. And so while he was gone, I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to start doing it, because when you're growing your eyebrows out and your husband or whoever's there, like, you feel not attractive and stuff like that. So I'm like, he's gone, it's the perfect time for me to start doing it. So it took a couple weeks for the hairs to really start coming in, and I thought to myself, even when I was plucking my eyebrows, oh, I'm not really changing them that much, and I'm not changing the shape of them, I'm just cleaning them up a little bit. And when I grew my eyebrows out, wow, what a difference. I had really changed the shape of them, and the plucking, they were just so thin, and when I grew them back, I didn't even realize my eyebrows were that big and that thick. And they're probably not even that bad, but when you're used to plucking them, it feels like they're huge. So after I grew them out a few weeks, my sister-in-law, she dyes her eyebrows, and so she told me, you can dye them, you don't have to just leave them so dark on the bottom, and that way they look cleaned up. And I didn't even realize, like, hers looked very clean, very nice. I wouldn't know that she didn't pluck them. So I wanted to make this video kind of as a tutorial to encourage you ladies who are wanting to stop plucking your eyebrows, or maybe you want to stop but you don't know like another alternative, and you don't think you can do it. Like, this is a video to show you, one, that you can do it, and two, that you can dye it and it's not even that noticeable, and it's still like a halal way to do it. So the first thing you'll want to get is buy some dye, and I just got this kind. Actually, if I swear, my husband got it for me at Walmart. I asked him, pick some up for me. So he bought this one for me. It's called Jolene, I guess, or Jolene, and it just says cream bleach on it. And it comes in 2 containers. One like this, a small one. It's like an accelerator, and then it comes with this, which is a cream bleach. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna mix them together. And in mine, it provides like a little paper that you can mix them on, and it also provides a spatula for you to mix it together on the tray. Before you start that, and I already did this step, but if you have like little cosmetic scissors like this, what you want to do is you just want to comb like your eyebrows down. And mine probably don't look that bad because I have been dyeing them. They've just grown out a little bit, so you probably can't even see the hairs underneath here. That's how well it works. And what you're going to do is when you comb it, then you're going to take it and you're going to like trim it so that the hairs are shorter. Because if the hairs are too long, you don't want to like start dyeing the hairs that are up here, and it's going to look like your eyebrows are this short. So that's not good. So I already did that, and I'm going to open these. Hopefully I don't spill this all over my laptop. Okay, this one's like a powder. You probably can't see. This webcam camera is horrible. And this one is like a cream. And what I'm gonna do is take 1 part of each, so it's like equal parts. I'm gonna take 1 spoon of the powder, and I put it on the tray. And then I'm gonna take an equal part of the cream. And here it is on the tray, and I'm just gonna mix them together. And when you mix it, if you have the same kind, if you buy the same kind like I have, it's gonna be kind of gritty, but that's okay. You just try to mix it the best that you can, and get all the bleach powder and all the cream mixed together. So I don't mix it that long. I just mix it maybe a minute to get it all stirred in. And it doesn't take that much, honestly. I'm going to scoop it all in a spatula and show you. Like, this is all it takes, is just this 1 spoon. Because it doesn't require that much. When I first did it, I used these huge scoops, and I ended up with all this cream because I thought it was going to take a lot, and then I wasted it. So I learned my lesson from that. Now with the spatula they provide you, you can use the spatula to apply it to your eyebrows, but oops, always happens to me. The light goes off. But you can use a small brush. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I have like a small contour, like a, actually you can see that better. Like an angled brush that I use like whenever I used to do my eyebrows and like color them in. It's like angled, and so I just use that because I feel like I get better control with it. So I have like a little mirror here. I'm gonna set this mirror up in front of the, so I can see everything. I'll bleach all my eyebrows. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, pull this back. I want to bleach my stuff. Is take some of the cream and I'm just gonna put it on the lower part of my eyebrows. And now it's gonna bleach it. Depending on how long you leave it, they could be white or they can be like a light yellow color, but still that's better than black. Like my eyebrows are black, so when you let them grow in, they're black, so anything is better than that color. And you know, it's so funny because my sister-in-law, I have three sisters-in-laws. One of them dyes her eyebrows and they look so nice you wouldn't even know, and the other one, she doesn't even do anything to them. She just like lets them grow naturally and it looks so nice, mashallah. It looks very good on her. There we go. It doesn't have to be exact, but just try to cover all the hairs that are growing down there. And as you can see, it's not like a perfectly straight line, but the bleach, it doesn't dye exactly anyway, so it's okay if it's not like perfectly straight. And when I first started, I had, actually it's right here, I had like these little samples of makeup, and I used to hold it on my eyebrow like this, and then put the cream over it so I got a straight line, and then take it off. So you can also try to do that. And I've been doing this a couple months now, so I'm kind of used to it. But I remember the first couple times I did it, it started to burn. And I asked my sister-in-law, and she said that it's kind of normal. It shouldn't burn like so bad that you can't stand it, but if it stings a little bit, like it's perfectly fine. And now that I've been doing it, for a while, it really doesn't sting at all. It's just like your skin getting used to, dyeing it. It's almost like if you ever did pluck or wax your eyebrows or whatever, it probably hurt so bad the first times that you did it. And then once you started waxing them for a while, you just get used to it and you don't even think twice about it. So it's kind of the same process, I guess. And the good thing about this is you can do them as thin as you want, but I'm not sure if that's, I don't want to say it's haram because I don't know. But I like to keep mine as natural as possible and just get the hairs that are on the bottom. And sometimes I keep applying it and like patting it down. Get that blob off of there. I keep patting it and like reapplying it because it makes sure all the hairs are covered. It's like if you ever dye your hair and you put all the dye on, you just keep massaging it in or brushing it through because you want to make sure all the hairs are covered. This is a very lovely look right now, by the way. So don't judge me, but I recommend you do this so nobody's home. So I'm just gonna keep applying. And if you want, I don't normally do this, but I'll just do it now because I'm showing you guys how to do this. If you want, sometimes I'll get hairs that grow up here too. And so, just very lightly, I'm just going to cover up those hairs too. That makes it more of a angled shape. Now, once you have it finished, and see, I still have, I don't know if you can see that, but I still have like a lot of cream left on there. It really doesn't take much. Once you have this on, you're just gonna leave it on about 10 minutes. Now, if it really starts to sting, obviously don't, wipe it off immediately. Wipe it off immediately, but if it stings just a little bit, it's okay. And the first couple times I did it, whenever I removed the cream, oh, I got some on there. Maybe I shouldn't look at me. The first couple times I did it, when I wiped it off, my skin was a little bit red. Now, not really, really red, but just a little bit pink where the dye had been, and it went away just in a couple of hours. It's just from having the chemicals on your skin, it could irritate it. If you're worried it might irritate your skin, you can try even maybe like on your, like the hair on your arm or on your hand, or just like a tiny spot, you can put it on there and just leave it, a few minutes and make sure that it's going to be okay with your skin. It's not going to irritate it or anything like that. So I'm going to leave this on for about 10 minutes, and also if you wipe it off after 10 minutes, I have a little bit of extra here. If I see some parts that I missed, don't wash this off, don't clean this up yet, just keep this, because after you're done and you wipe it off, you might see some parts that you missed. So you'll want to take it and then apply it again on the parts that you missed. Or sometimes I'm afraid that I've done it too long, so I wipe it off and then I realize that the hairs aren't as light as I want them to be, so then I can just use the extra and put it on again, and it lightens the hairs even more. So once you've been doing this a while, you get the shape of the eyebrow that you want. So when you put the bleach on, it's really easy. You just follow the line that you already have. But when I first started doing it and all the hairs were black, I was kind of trying to decide the natural shape, and it was difficult. But it's just trial and error, and just do little by little if you want, and that'll make it easier. So I'm gonna leave this on maybe 8 more minutes, and I'll come back as soon as I'm done. Okay, I'm back, and it's been about 10 minutes. So normally I would just wash my face over the sink, but since I have hijab on, I don't normally do this with hijab, I just wet a washcloth, so I'm just going to use that to wipe it off. Grab my mirror quick. Okay, so I'm just going to take the washcloth and just wipe it off. And make sure you get it all off, because if you leave it on, you don't want to leave it on too long. It's going to irritate your skin. Now, I don't know if you probably can't see any difference from before. One, because my camera is not great at all, and two, because there wasn't that much to dye. There was just a little bit of free growth where it had grown back in. So let me do this side. Oh, please don't get on there. I noticed the more I do this, the more accurate of a line I can get. So the first time I did it, it wasn't bad, but there was like a spot that I had missed, so I had to touch that up, and it wasn't like that straight of a line. But now I can get a pretty straight line, so it just takes practice. I wiped that off. Now I'm just going to take a paper towel and make sure it's all gone. And like I said, my camera's not very good, so maybe you can see, maybe not. It's just a tiny bit pink where the chemicals have been, but I would say probably in 30 minutes to an hour you won't even be able to tell. So that's how I do my eyebrows now. It really is not that hard. It just seems like it's hard when you think about it, but to actually start growing them out, that's the hardest part. Once you start dyeing them, you don't even notice. And actually my family, they're Christian and they're American. They came up to Canada to visit me, and my mom, she didn't even notice. I said, "Did you notice I stopped plucking my eyebrows?" She said, "No, I didn't even notice." So I mean, it's it's a really good way to do it. I recommend just try it. And I didn't do this myself, but when I very first started growing them in, I let them grow a couple weeks so you could really see it. But you could even just wait, when you very first start seeing it, and start dyeing it then, so that way it's not that noticeable. you could try doing that. So I hope this was helpful to some of you, and I hope this inspired some of you to stop plucking your eyebrows and just try it. And what's the worst that could happen? You don't like it or it looks bad. Okay, then stop doing it. And you know, I don't want to say pluck them again, but you know what I'm saying. Just give it a try, and you never know. You know, you might like it. You might, you know, keep doing it, inshallah. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope you all have a great week. Yeah, assalamu alaikum.